Good morning, majors. This week we're going to start circles, equations of a circle. So this is Unit 9, Day 1. Um, we're going to go over the equation of a circle today. If the center is at the origin and the radius is 5, so I already put a dot right here. The center at the origin is where the x and the y-axis meet, and then the radius is 5, means it's going to go out 5 units. So we're going to go out to the right 5 units, we're going to go up 5 units, we're going to go to the left 5 units, and we're going to go down 5 units. And all you're going to do is you're going to draw a circle. So we drew the circle. It says, does the circle seem to go through any other integral points? It has a point right here, so you're going to say yes. Right here, which is at your x-axis is going to be 0 and your y-axis is 5. Over here, when your x-axis is at 5 and your y values are 0. Down here, when your x-axis is 0 and your y-axis is at -5, and then right here at -5, 0. Is there a relationship between the xy coordinates and the radius of the circle? So try to answer this question. So this is our equation of a circle. What I want you guys to understand and remember is that the equation itself has x minus h and y minus k, and the center is at positive h, positive k. So when it's in the equation like this, we're going to do the opposite sign. So if it's, I'll give you guys an example in a minute. So if we have x minus 3, y plus 5, my center is actually going to be at positive 3, -5. And then our radius is on the other side squared. So to find the radius, you're going to have to take the square root of this number. So over here we have 36. Your radius is not 36. Radius squared is 36. So to find out what your radius is, we take the square root of 36, which we know is 6. That's how we got radius 6. If your center is at the origin, it's going to look like this: y minus 0, the origin is 0, 0, squared, or x minus 0 squared, plus y minus 0 squared equals r squared. And when you're subtracting 0, that's just like saying x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So this is what it's going to look like when our center is at the origin. Let's do an example. It says x squared plus y squared equals 16. We need the radius. So we know that my center, if you're not adding or subtracting any numbers, my center is going to be at 0, 0. So this is going to be my center right here. But my radius is not 16. R squared equals 16. So we have to take the square root of each side to get r. R equals the square root of 16, which is 4. So I know that I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 4, and to the left 4. And all you have to do is just draw a circle. Okay, so this one, let's try this one out. It says x minus 2. So we know my x value is going to be positive 2. We're going to change the sign, right? And then y plus 1, so my y value is going to be -1 because I'm going to change the sign. And my r squared equals 9. So to find out what r is, we're going to take the square root, and the square root of 9 is 3. So my radius is 3. So I'm going to plot the center first. That's my first step, which is going to be at positive 2, which is on the x-axis, and then -1 on the y-axis, which is going to be right here. And then I'm going to plot my radius. Means I'm going to go up 3 from the center. I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a point. I'm going to go to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a point. I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a point. And I'm going to go to the left 3. 1, 2, 3. And I started at the center, not at the origin. I'm just going to connect the dots. Try to make it look like a circle as best you can. I want you guys to try the other ones. C and D. So now they're going to give us our center and our radius, and we have to write the equation of a circle. Remember, the equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, so my center is at 0, 0, so I'm going to plug in 0 for h, 0 for k. So I have x minus 0 squared plus y minus k, or 0, squared equals, and my r is the square root of 3, so I have the square root of 3, but the whole thing is squared still. So x minus 0 is just x squared plus y minus 0 is just y squared equals, remember when we have a square root and a squared, they cancel each other out, and that's just going to be 3. So this is my standard equation of a formula for a circle. Let's try D. This one looks difficult. So I'm going to use the same formula. My h is 5 and my k is negative 4. And this is my r. I'm just going to plug it into the formula. X minus 5h squared plus y minus, but k is negative 4. So I'm going to plug that in there. Negative 4 squared equals, my r is 13, but I got to square it. So I'm going to leave it as x minus 5, parentheses, use your parentheses, squared, plus y minus a negative becomes a positive, y plus 4 squared equals, you can leave it as 13 squared, I really like that, or you can write 169, it's up to you. Let's look at B. It says that the center of my circle, so I have a circle, I'm just going to draw a circle for you. And they're telling me that the center of my circle is at this point, maybe right here-ish, I don't know, 1, 2. This point right here is 1, 2. You guys can use the back of your whiteboards and actually graph this. It says a point on the circle is 4, 6. It doesn't matter where, I'm just going to say right here is 4, 6. What we need in order to write the equation of a circle, which they're asking us to do, find the equation in standard form of a circle. Okay, we need the center, which we have, and we need the radius. So how are we going to find the radius from this, which is from the center, the distance from the center to a point on the circle? They're all going to be the same distance, and these are called the radii, or one is called the radius. What we're going to do is we're going to have to use the distance formula to find out what that distance is. So those are my 2 points, and you guys should be pros at the distance formula by now, which is going to be your x values first. So x minus x squared plus, and now your y values, let me change my color. My y values are going to be y minus y quantity squared. Okay, plug that into your calculator real quick. You guys just make sure you have your parentheses around it. 1 minus 4 is negative 3 squared is 9, positive 9. 2 minus 6 is 4, negative 4 squared is 16. Ooh, that's nice. It's a good number. Square root of 25 is 5. So my radius is 5. This distance right here is going to be 5 units. And anytime I draw a line from my center to the any point on that circle is going to be 5 units away. So I'm going to plug it into the equation of a circle now. This is all I need. I have my radius and I have my center. So I have x minus my x value, or my h is 1 squared, plus y minus my k is 2 squared equals r squared. And r is 5 squared, or you can put 25. It's up to you. Alright guys, I want you to try the rest. Remember, the diameter is twice the radius. We can't use the diameter. It's not the same as squaring it. The diameter, to get the radius, you're just going to divide it by 2, which is not the same as squaring it or taking the square root. So we need the radius, which is half of 24, divided by 2, which is 12. Okay. Alrighty. I want you guys to try the rest, and we'll go over this when I see you in class. Have a great night.